In this video, we're going to be talking about if I think the addition of Rasmus Dahlin will turn the Buffalo Sabers into a playoff team as soon as next season, so let's get right into the video. The Buffalo Sabers have been very unlucky when it comes to drafting and just the draft in general when they missed out on generational forward Connor McDavid, but they still managed to come out of that draft with Jack Eichel, who hasn't showed us his full potential yet, mostly due to injury. Former number 2 overall pick in the 2014 NHL draft, Sam Reinhart, has shown some very good signs of progression this past season, putting up 25 goals and 25 assists for 50 points, and that was a very good sign for the organization as he is still only 22 years old. 23-year-old defenseman Rasmus Dahlin has showed over the past 2 seasons that he can be a solid top 2 defenseman in the NHL, and this coming summer, unless something crazy happens and the Sabres trade the number 1 overall pick, which will not happen, Dahlin will be joined by generational talent defenseman Rasmus Dahlin, who is going to come in right away and make the Buffalo Sabres better. But will he make them good enough to make the playoffs as soon as next season? My guess is no, but it is possible. Many things are going to have to come into play in order for this to happen for the Sabres to make the playoffs. Jack Eichel absolutely has to stay healthy the whole season in order for the Sabres to be competitive. Sam Reinhart has to continue to build on the solid year that he had and continue to produce, because if they don't, offense will be very hard to come by. Rasmus Dahlin is going to have to live up to the hype and be a point-producing, shutdown defenseman, and veterans like Ryan O'Reilly, Kyle Okposo, and Jason Pominville have to chip in with points because they are still very capable of doing so. Goaltender Robin Lehner has to be better. Yes, obviously, he has been playing for a bad Buffalo team, but Lehner has to be a top goalie in the league in order for them to have a chance to make the playoffs. Lehner's only 26 years old, and he still has a lot of potential, and he was really highly coveted when the Buffalo Sabres acquired him, and they thought he was going to be the goaltender of the future, but he hasn't really played all that well, and he's going to have to if they want to make the playoffs. Young forwards Alex Nylander and Casey Mittelstadt could be X factors for the Sabres. They both finished last year playing in the NHL and showed some good signs, both scoring their first NHL goal in the same game. They are both very, very talented, and if they are NHL ready next season, that could be huge for the team to get some depth scoring from those two, as obviously them two and Jack Eichel are highly counted on to be the future of the Buffalo Sabres organization, now along with Rasmus Dahlin. Obviously, it is a bit of a long shot for all of these factors to fall into place and for the Sabres to make the playoffs, especially in a tough Atlantic division where it looks like the top 3 teams, Tampa Bay, Boston, and Toronto, won't be going anywhere anytime soon. So if they do make it in, most likely will have to be a wildcard spot. It's going to be very exciting to see what all these young players can do together next season, especially Rasmus Dahlin. Even if they don't make it next season, the future in Buffalo is still very, very bright. Going back to the point I brought up earlier of the top 3 teams in the Atlantic Division being solidified in Toronto, Boston, and Tampa, other than that, the division is wide open to see who's going to be the 4th best team and a team that could potentially sneak in as a wild card. You know, the Florida Panthers barely missed out on the playoffs, and I think they're going to be very competitive again next season, and I think the team they're going to be fighting with for that 4th place spot in the Atlantic is Buffalo, as Detroit, Montreal, and Ottawa aren't looking like they're going to be very good next season at all. So I really do think it comes down to Florida and Buffalo, and either of these teams could potentially squeak in as a wild card. I'm definitely going to be rooting for the Buffalo Sabres, as their fans must just be really, really wanting to see their team do well, as they've had such bad luck, you know, with the McDavid draft lottery and everything like that, and Eichel not being able to stay healthy. I really think that it's time that the Buffalo Sabres do something and have a good season that they can potentially build on into next season when all these young players just grow and get better and better. It's going to be fun. I'm really excited to see how Rasmus Dahlin works out. Him on the power play with Jack Eichel and Ristolainen and guys like that is going to be absolutely deadly and so fun to watch. They're such a young, fast, and they're going to be fun to watch, so I'll be keeping a close eye on the Buffalo Sabres, and let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Do you think the Buffalo Sabres will make the playoffs now that they have a franchise defenseman, and if Eichel can stay healthy, obviously, and all the factors come into play? But yeah, just let me know if you guys think the Sabres will make the playoffs next season. So that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys all did enjoy, and make sure to let me know down in the comments what you guys think and what you think will happen with the Sabres next season. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily NHL content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.